What's up, guys? Welcome back. It has been a long while. If you are just joining us, my name is Vivien Chien. I am the author of the Noodle Shop Mysteries, my little obligatory plug. This is my newest release, The Chow Maniac. It came out back in April. It is 11th in the series, and I did have some people ask me if they need to read my books in order, and you can actually start wherever you would like. I put enough backstory in so you don't feel like you're getting dropped in to a setting that you're not familiar with. A little bit of backstory about all the characters to keep you up to speed. And each mystery, of course, is its own. However, I do leave Easter eggs in each book for my readers. And, you know, if you haven't read the previous ones, you won't really notice. But feel free to start wherever you would like. It's hard to believe that I am on, well, I just finished writing number 12, which is going to come out in December, and that's called Crime Rangoon. But it's hard to believe because I feel like I just wrote Death by Dumpling, which is number 1. I feel like I just wrote that. So it's very interesting to be this far along in the series. So today, as you will notice, my pages are already decorated. And you may be wondering what the heck is going on, because normally this would have been a plan with me. And it started out that way. I actually just finished the video and I disliked it thoroughly. About halfway through, I got really frustrated with this layout. And some of you that have been following me will remember me talking about experimenting with the horizontal layout. I did buy another planner during Happy Planners clearance sale for their, the items that they're removing from the store. And so I got a 16-month planner that had horizontal pages, and I stuck them into my vertical planner. It is not going well. I don't like it like I thought I would, but I did make it through the spread, and I felt like it was very cute, and I was like, I don't know what to do about this. So I thought, well, I'm just going to talk about it, and I'm going to show you the spreads that I did during my experimental phase, and kind of just update you guys because I feel like it's been too long. I've been going through kind of a difficult time. Nothing health related. I should preface that. I feel like I always have to. For anybody that doesn't know, I am a cancer survivor, 3-time champ. And I'm doing very well health-wise, but I've had some other setbacks in the past couple of months, fallout from, going through what I went through. So I'm just kind of trying to pick the pieces up, and try and get back into, doing my weekly spreads. I have recorded some, but it didn't actually make it onto YouTube. So that's why I thought, okay, let me just try this out. Now, I normally like to start out all of my spreads with washi tape because I'm a huge washi tape fan. I'm a huge Simply Gilded fan, and I use this lovely, I'm going to show it to you without the holes. So it's like a blush. You can't really see it because of the lighting, but it's like a blush, and it gets into a deeper pink, like an ombre as you go down. I don't mind doing this. However, it's not my favorite. I prefer the 10 millimeter at the top, the 15 millimeter at the bottom. You call it a day. This has made me step outside my comfort zone, which I think was part of the point of me doing this. But I feel like I'm not using enough washi tape. I can put it in different areas, of course, but it just doesn't sit in my mind that way. So I started doing different things, which actually I can pull out my other planner the rest of this planner in a second. But so I start out with washi tape, sets the tone. And then I do my daily obligations or day specific items. I've been doing them on the left. I try to get cute and put it on the right over here. But ultimately, that's what I want, because even though this is decorative, I still want functionality and then cuteness, right? Which I do have a functional planner, which is my mini. Sorry about the ring light there. Kind of hard to see, but this is what I always have open, is the monthly layout. So this is what I use. It's sloppy. I have, you know, different pen, whatever, I don't care. This does not get decorated. No stickers go in here. These pages I use to jot down business related things like mileage, or if I need to make a mental note to something and it's sloppy. Originally, so when I got this, I talked about this in another video. I liked that there was this division with a very light dotted line, and then you have this with the check boxes. Once I tried to use it, I realized my handwriting's too big. I can write maybe a one-word situation in there. So this has not been used how I thought it would be. I did use some, like I stuck in some sheets because I was using this prior. So it's just very like notes and stuff like that. That made me think that maybe I want to use it as a daily. So now that may be a thing. I don't know yet. It's not a priority for me at this moment, but it did occur to me that maybe that is something that I would like to do with this. And, you know, that would involve gutting this and using daily pages instead. That's why I'm not sure if I want to do it just yet, but it is something I'm considering. I do like to do a lot of brain dumps, so that would be very functional for me and might help get rid of some of this creativity block that I've been having. So I start with this, and then I, you know, add stickers accordingly, and then I will do more decorative stickers. So I did use this Calm Life sticker book from Happy Planner. It's very, you know, calming. It's got a bunch of muted tones and a little bit of navy blue to add a little bit of pop. I liked this book more in theory, but I think it turned out pretty good. And then I did borrow some embellishments from another sticker book to kind of do the edges, because there was not enough decorative stickers inside that Calm Life book. So I did use one, uh-oh, I'm dropping everything. That was called Desert Mystic and looks like so. This actually coordinates with the planner that I'm using for the year. So I kind of borrowed stickers from that. I left some motivational, inspirational messages for myself to read during the week, which who doesn't need those? And this one is hard to see, so I will read it. It says, "We are never finished becoming who we are." I thought that was very nice. And I did a little bit of embellishment up here. Life is full of phases. Just keep going. And then I added, you know, this foiled inhale, exhale. Just a little bit of decoration. And then this growth sticker at the bottom. So, cute. Right? I'm asking myself, really. I do like it. However, this has not been my favorite, and I really wanted it to be. I thought it would fulfill some creative gap, and it did not. But that was the whole point. If I wouldn't have done it, I wouldn't have known, right? So that's a lot of what us planner people do, is we experiment with different things to see what we like and don't like. So I'll just stick this back in here. And that kind of, you know, I don't mind this when it's in with the rings. You can't see the, you know, the fact that the holes were a little bit off center from when I repunched it. So I started this in July, and I was very hopeful, and I really liked this. I thought it was very bright and springy, or summery, I'm sorry, springy. It was very summery, and I meant to tape these together, double-side tape, because I do have this awkward double page. But I liked this. I thought, okay, we're gonna have some fun with this. And the next week I did like a neutral spread. I tried to do alternating square stickers because these are usually for those the monthly layouts. But I thought this is, you know, this is fun. And here's where things kind of fell apart. I got very busy working on edits for the book that is going to be coming out in December, and so I did not have time to decorate. I did decorate the following week, but again, I got busy and fell off at the end of the week. I did this on camera. It never made it to YouTube because I didn't like the content of what I was saying, and I kind of lost momentum halfway through, kind of like what happened today, because I wasn't sure where I was going with all of this. You know, even though I put these stickers here, it feels disconnected to me. I just, even though I liked it, I thought it was very cute, at the end of the day, I missed my vertical. But I did have some fun with this one. And then you kind of got into August, which I haven't been doing these, and I really want to get back into doing that. It's with what I've had going on with my books, it's kind of time consuming to do the at a glance, or the currently pages, I should say. I think I only did, what is it, February? I did one. And that one, unfortunately, I didn't do on camera. I would like to do one of these on camera, though. But I hadn't done one in so long that, you know, I kind of just needed to marinate on it. But I would like to get back into doing that. I also have not been utilizing these in here, which is purely decorative. Because, like, you know, like I said, I have my mini for my monthly obligations. So I just did very light stickering here. Another busy work week, so I dropped off. I also experimented with an intentional moping day, which was very interesting. And then, you know, very minimal stickers, just a little bit to keep me smiling. And then now here we are in September. Well, tomorrow is Labor Day. But that is how it's gone. I didn't mind experimenting with it, like I said. However, I think I'm going to cut it short. And I had switched out month per month. So the rest of September is horizontal, but I think I'm just going to insert my vertical pages and get back to normal next week. So that's what's been going on with my planner. I'm interested to hear if there's anybody out there who's done a similar experiment and found themselves quickly disenchanted by the change. I really did think that I would like this, and maybe it's just not the right time and I need the comfort of what I'm used to, which is decorating things, you know, on the horizontal pages. You know, I love the way that it looks. You know, it flows better. Well, there's been a lot of blank weeks this year. Let's just be honest. But that happens, you know, and some people are like, how do you have time to do all this? You don't. You don't always have time to do it. You know, and it is a hobby, and you try and do it when you can. So if you are doing, don't feel bad. You know, I mean, you can't. I have a lot of things that I want to to relay, and I know that I don't have nearly enough time. But one of the things that I wanted to say is don't feel bad if you need to put your hobbies off to the side while you handle life in other business. It doesn't mean that you don't like it anymore. It doesn't mean that you're never going to do it again. It just means that for this moment, you know, it's something that you have to put off to the side. But it will be waiting for you when you come back. And sometimes you need a little bit of, you know, motivation to get yourself back into it. And I thought maybe that would be the answer for me, was doing this, and it was not. So scrap that. But that's my update for what's going on with this. So I'm hoping to get back into doing more Plan With Me's in the future, where I am, you know, talking about this, that, and the other, and then decorating a cute page. I have so many fun stickers that I've yet to use that I purchased at the beginning of the year. And then I just really quick want to do my book updates for what I'm currently reading. So another thing that's kind of gone to the wayside is reading. I haven't had a whole lot of time to read because I've been working a lot. I am still in my daily book, which I will put a link for this. I do have an Amazon storefront where I receive a small commission if you click on any of the links or make any purchases. So I've been trying to keep up with that as best as I can, because again, that's like a side thing. But this 365 Days of Positive Self-Talk by Shad Helmstetter. Again, I apologize for the light. I have been staying in this and reading it every day. So let's see where we're at to kind of give you a sample. So today is August 31st. So here is, if you want to pause that and read it. Sometimes it helps to read it with a little bit of gusto. But I really do enjoy reading this. You know, I sit down with my morning coffee and I just open it up to the date and I read it a couple times to myself. He also recommends reading these throughout the day, multiple times, to kind of remind yourself, especially if you're new to changing how you talk to yourself, which is extremely important. And he has self-talk tips throughout the book. That is material from his original book, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself, which I also read and I loved, and it made me a permanent fan of Shad Helmstetter. So it's these small things that you do every day, right, that kind of keep you in check. And especially for people who struggle with anxiety or like a trauma or something, little bits of positive self-talk can really go a long way to make you feel better. I know that it has helped me tremendously. And sometimes when you do it, you know, when you're trying to say it some kind of way, you almost start to laugh and it kind of brightens your mood. So there's that. Okay. Let's talk about Stephen King. I've been reading this book, I swear to you, since the beginning of the year. I've had to put it down several times to read other things. I just don't have the time at this moment. So that's where we're at a standstill in the mid-book. It is very good, though. I really enjoy it. So because I am a fiction writer, I'm not going to do any affiliate links for fiction books. Conflict of interest. So I always will recommend books that I like, however. But these, I will not link fiction books. Which brings me to, so I needed to read, you know, I write cozies and I love mysteries. So I needed to read, this is Gigi Pandian. She's a friend of mine. And I've been meaning to read this book. It came out earlier this year. So I've made it there. If you could see that. It looks kind of blurry. So I'm a little bit halfway through. I just started reading this. I've been meaning, I picked it up at, you know, and started reading at the beginning, or when it came out. If you love like locked room things, you know, lots of like a really great puzzle, you will enjoy her books. And I love the Secret Staircase series. It is like charming, you know. It's the best way that I could describe it. It just, I'm charmed by it. I love the characters. I love her plotting. She's just an excellent writer. So if you have not tried reading these yet, give them a shot. The first one is called Under Lock and Skeleton Key. And I also feel these you don't necessarily have to read in order either. But I needed something like this to kind of get away from everything else that I've been doing. And this is like hanging out with a friend. So that is why I stopped with the Stephen King for a little while. I am going to go back to it, just not at this moment. And the final thing that I wanted to talk about, which has nothing to do with any of this, is because I get a lot of questions about my nails. I feel like the camera is very blurry and I apologize. So this so far is my favorite, is the Kiss Impress, the No Glue Mani. I started wearing these at the beginning of the year because from treatment I had a lot of nail problems, and they became very, they were like splitting vertically. So in order to protect them without causing any further damage, I wanted to try these adhesive tab nails. And these ones so far are my absolute favorite. I'm also going to link them for my Amazon shop, so you can check them out. But of course, you can get these from most retailers. And then the other brand that I really like that I have a hard time finding is Dashing Diva. But I have found some good ones at Marshall's. They do have them on Amazon. They are the longest lasting ones that I have found so far. So if you are going through something similar where you need to cover up your nails and you don't want to damage them, these really help. This stuff is not harmful to your nail like real glue. Average, I want to say they last about a week, but you can make them last up to 10 days. Some of them advertise it as that, up to 10 days. But I don't know if these ones do or not. I don't think so. But these ones, well into a week. And they're very comfortable. And a lot of people ask me about them. So, there you go. That's all for today. Like I said, I will be back soon. And hopefully I can do... I was thinking about doing some like talking head videos, because I haven't done that in a long time. And I have much to update you guys on. So, I hope you enjoyed my little update. I hope that you're all doing well. I'm sorry I have not been around. I'm looking to change that really soon. And leave any comments below if you have any questions about anything, or tell me a story about when you tried to change your planner and you didn't like it. Or if you have the story that's the opposite and you did enjoy your change. I'd love to hear that as well. I will talk to you guys soon if nobody told you today. You, my friends, look absolutely amazing. Take care.